Everywhere you look, someone is saying the same thing. Protect your peace. Just cut people off. And sometimes that's the right call. If someone is abusive, manipulative, or constantly hurting you, distance is healthy. But most of the time, people start cutting others off, not because those people are truly harmful, but because they feel overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally tired. And over time, that turns into isolation. Psychology is clear about this. Boundaries matter, but humans still need connection. So the real question isn't how do you get away from everyone, it's how do you protect your peace without emptying your life out. Here are 7 ways psychology suggests. Before we start, which of these have you already tried without realizing it? Drop the number in the comments. Way 1. Social media has trained us to label every difficult person as toxic. But real relationships are more complicated than that. Disagreements happen in friendships. Misunderstandings happen in families. Even the most supportive people say the wrong thing sometimes. Psychologists are clear. Occasional conflict is normal in any relationship. It's not a red flag by itself. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, that's a different situation entirely. But if the issue is one argument, one bad day, one misunderstanding, cutting them off might not be the answer. Addressing it, or simply adjusting your expectations, often is. Way 2. A lot of people try to protect their peace by avoiding people completely. Psychology points somewhere else, toward boundaries instead. A boundary is simply a limit you set to protect your mental and emotional space. Not responding to messages while you're resting, avoiding conversations that always turn into arguments, limiting how much personal information you share with certain people. None of that requires removing someone from your life. It just requires deciding in advance what you will and won't give access to. You stay connected. You just stop paying for that connection with your peace. Way 3. One of the most common sources of stress is feeling like you have to manage everyone else's emotions. Always listening, always helping, always available to solve someone else's problem. Psychologists call this emotional overload, and over time it drains you completely. It's healthy to care about people. It's also healthy to recognize you cannot carry everyone's feelings for them. Sometimes protecting your peace is just saying, I can't talk about this right now. That doesn't make you selfish. It means you're protecting the energy you need for yourself. Way 4. Relationships exist at different levels. Some people are close to you. Some are casual friends. Some are acquaintances. The problem starts when we treat everyone like they belong in our inner circle. Giving the same trust, the same time, the same emotional access to everyone, regardless of how safe they've actually shown themselves to be. You don't have to remove someone from your life just because they're not someone you share everything with. You can simply adjust how much time, trust, or energy they get. Less access isn't coldness, it's accuracy. Way 5. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop absorbing every emotion around you as if it were your own. If someone criticizes you, it doesn't automatically mean you have to take it personally. If someone is in a bad mood, it doesn't mean you have to carry that mood for the rest of your day. Psychologists describe emotionally healthy people as people who learn to observe a situation without immediately internalizing it. You can notice tension without absorbing it. That single skill changes how stressful most interactions feel. Way 6. One of the biggest sources of relational stress is trying to make someone behave differently. Understand you better, react the way you expect. Psychology is consistent on this point. People only change when they choose to. Not because you explained it well enough. Not because you were patient enough. Protecting your peace often means accepting that some people will never fully meet your expectations, and redirecting your energy away from changing them, toward adjusting your own boundaries and your own response instead. Way 7. Here's the part psychology doesn't say enough. Not every relationship that fades was a failure. Some relationships were right for a season, and the season simply ended. That's not betrayal. That's not cruelty. The guilt that shows up when a relationship naturally quiets down is often inherited, a belief that closeness, once given, can never be reduced without punishment. But peace sometimes looks like less contact, not more conflict. And you're allowed to let that happen without narrating it as a loss. Protecting your peace was never about emptying your life out. It's about deciding, quietly and consistently, how much access each relationship actually gets, based on how it makes you feel, not on how long you've known someone. Healthy peace isn't isolation. It's staying calm and balanced while keeping the connections that actually matter. Which of these 7 do you already do without realizing it? And which one do you need to start? Tell me the number in the comments.